Welcome back to Excel. This is a mental evolution podcast where we talk all things mental performance and sports psychology. I'm your host, Dr. Seth Rose, and today is episode 65, where we're going to be diving into imagery and visualization. Now, did you know that your mind doesn't know the difference between a dream and a reality? And we can use mental imagery and visualization to help you rehearse movements, manage stress, and improve the execution of your skill or task that you're trying to improve on. It's not just about picturing success, it's about mentally practicing those aspects of your performance. And it can be a powerful mental tool with a wide range of benefits, both psychologically and physically or physiologically. So I want to kind of just highlight some key benefits. The number one thing that we know with imagery is that it can help enhance your motor learning skills and skill acquisition because mental imagery activates very similar neural pathways as physical movement. So, I always say that it's like bicep curls for the brain. You're getting mental reps because visualizing a skill helps reinforce those motor pathways. And we know this within the research. They've done studies with fMRI, which is basically like brain imaging, to show that mentally rehearsing a movement activates the same motor cortex regions in the brain, very similar to physical practice. So you can get those reps in without even physically doing it. I always say that this is a really great way to improve and continue to grow, especially if you're an injured athlete or performer. The second thing that we know is that it can help improve confidence. So those mental rehearsals that you're doing, you can see yourself succeeding. You can see yourself bouncing back from setbacks or failures. You can see yourself how you want to show up in big moments. And it reinforces a strong self-image, which is crucial before those high-stakes performances. The other thing is it can help you dial in your focus and attention. So visualization can train your selective attention and help you focus on relevant cues. More importantly, it can help you imagine you getting distracted by key things that distract you to help block out the noise. So maybe it's the crowd, or maybe it's pressure, or maybe it's making a mistake. And it allows you to imagine the tasks and the process that you want to focus on, right? The other thing that I like to say is not only does mental rehearsal and imagery or visualization, these are all interchangeable terms here, it can help you regulate your emotions and reduce anxiety or pre-competition nerves. So you can use imagery not only on the physical side of things, but also on the mental sides to stay calm, cool, collected under pressure, to see yourself bouncing back from moments, etc. And we know that imagery has been time and time again in the research shown to help you regulate your emotions better, see how you want to manage those stressors and respond to them versus reacting to them to perform under pressure, right? And there's a lot of other benefits, but just those are like the key ones that I like to highlight. Now, the types of imagery to train, there's a few categories that I think are important for you to understand. The first one we have is kind of this like very cognitive specific one, which is a skill execution. So maybe you're focusing on proper swim technique, right? Or squeezing the trigger of your weapon, right? Very specific skill execution that you're imagining yourself doing. Then we have cognitive general. And these are where you're focusing on maybe bigger picture strategy or tactics, running through your mission plan, running through your game plan for your race that you and your coach talked about. And then there's two motivational aspects of imagery. So the first one is motivational general, and that's when you're kind of looking at confidence and regulating arousal, kind of the things that we just talked about. And then there's a very specific motivational aspect to imagery. So maybe you're imagining the goals that you set for yourself, such as standing on a podium or holding up a trophy. And you can imagine what it would feel like to get to that moment. And then you use some of the other categories to imagine yourself doing more process related things that are going to help you strategically get ready for those moments and to mentally prepare for those things to train that visualization and imagery. So there's a lot that we can talk about imagery and visualization, but that's just a quick down and dirty of the benefits and different types. On the next one, we'll talk about, very specific ways to actually train it. So stay tuned for that part 2 episode. And thanks for sticking around.